No, so I'm just saying though, like if we talking about mugs that was hooping out here,
Steven Jackson wasn't.
You telling me Steven Jackson wasn't hooping?
No,
Steven Jackson wasn't hooping.
6 man.
He was hooping.
6 man.
He was a mid.
He was nice.
Steven Jackson wasn't hooping.
He goes on the list of nice dudes, not cold dudes. Dog. Nah,
he was mid.
Nah.
Steven Jackson was mid. Balling out here.
No, he was mid. He was mid.
You said Sterling Sharp was mid. I ain't taking your opinion on mid.
Not mid.
I'm not taking your opinion on mid.
Is Steven Jackson better than Chris Middleton?
Is Steven Jackson better than Chris Middleton?
You have to repeat the question because
that's not even a question.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson was consistent every night.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, what are we doing?
Stop it.
The Indiana
Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. And I know Steven Jackson go follow up in a fight. Hey, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, the super producer Joel Hold, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. He got no love back there. Yeah. Oh, there's the camera.
Hey.
Whoa. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew.
Hey, what?
This the wrong chat to go hatless on, my boy.
Hey.
Woo.
Hold on a second. I do this.
Hey.
Is this one better?
Ah.
Hey, it's cold outside.
You know.
Let me turn.
Hey, now he went full Russian on us. Oh, guys.
Hey, stop
Bulls Daily says, "Shat."
Hey, I'm taking donations to the Turkey Hair Club. You know,
Hey,
Jesus.
hold
Donate to
on.
Super Chats.
Give me the zoom in cam.
Donate
Give me the
to
zoom in
Super
cam.
Chats.
If you would like to not end up in Drew's position, please donate to the Young United Negroes Hair Plugs Fund.
Hey, I'm
Trips
okay
to
with
Turkey
mine.
are
Hey,
welcome.
All the super chats are funding this trip to Turkey right now.
hey, I'll take it. Hey, man, I lasted a whole lot longer than other people my age. So I take it.
Shout out Drew. Hey, we got to talk about some football on this show, man. We got to talk about a battered Lions team. Can the Bears find a way to get a win against a battered Lions team? And what would that mean realistically for the Lions in a long-term sense? I think this would raise a lot of questions if you were struggling against the Chicago Bears team, even with how beat up they are. But this Lions team is very scrappy, so got to have that conversation. Also, seems like Sammy Sosa and the Cubs trying to get themselves back together. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we talk about that, the NFL MVP race. Joel, you threw me off there. I told you. I don't like it. Don't do it no more. You get
what I get you.
Oh boy, I hate this guy.
You're gonna take whatever I pull out.
I don't like that either. Whoa, I'm uncomfortable there already. No, we got to talk about this NFL MVP race.
That Shawshank.
We'll talk about this NFL MVP race. Who do you think is going to be the long-term winner for the NFL MVP? I think there's a lot of options that you can take a look at realistically. Then we got to talk about Sammy Sosa admitting to a little bit of roid use. A little bit baseball.
He never admitted to it?
No, technically it would have. Technically, he's admitting to perjury. Maybe the years have gone past. If we're being real on this, but him and the Cubs absolutely reconciling. It seems like, and bringing it back together. Does it mean anything? I can't wait to talk about this topic. And then DJ Moore's comments about already being ready for vacation.
1, 2, 3. Cancun. There you go, baby.
We'll talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. What's going on, boys? How y'all feeling? Everybody good?
You know who actually went to Cancun already?
Oh,
C-Dub.
Dub is in Cancun.
Yeah, baby.
Shout out Dub in Cancun. I've heard he's going to meet. He's going to meet some players down there. I told you, the Bears ain't going to Cancun. I'm giving the Bears Galveston. They're going down there with that dirty water, like Chuck should. He said,
oh no,
sit him down there with that dirty water.
We should do our own version of going fishing or something.
We will during the NFL playoffs, man. We're gonna have us covered for the NFL.
Can
playoffs.
we do it for the Bears already? Because we ain't making it.
Listen,
we could go fish.
You ready? Here's the lure.
Oh, there it is. Right in the water. Right in the water. Let's start it off with this, though. The Chicago Bears taking on Detroit Lions this week. It's going to be an interesting game, and I think the big question here, because none of us really believe that none of us are picking the Bears as winners. moving forward, probably for the rest of this season. But the conversation that I want to have on this is more around the Detroit Lions, because listen, I talked about this on the Chicago Bears podcast today. The Detroit Lions season felt magical. It felt like they were an unstoppable team. I mean, they were railroading teams left and right on a consistent basis. And then the injuries start to pile up. They're now up to 21 players on IR, possibly heading towards 22.
Man, it's like half a roster.
Because of it's literally half a roster.
What the heck is going on?
Possibly heading towards 22 because David Montgomery probably is going to be heading towards IR as well. Although maybe not. He did get a second opinion, and they said that he'll be available possibly at a certain point in the playoffs. But there's a ton of players on this team like that, where it's if you make the NFC title game, if you make the Super Bowl, you're going to be back and we'll be there. If the Bears find a way to beat this Lions team, are you talking about the Detroit Lions as a Super Bowl caliber team?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Detroit Lions as a team that can still go deep in this playoff?
Absolutely. They still lead the division.
Well, no, they're about to lose it.
Well, if they that's the thing. If they lose today and Minnesota wins,
they're both.
They don't get the first week bye.
Do they still make the playoffs?
They would still make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs
regardless. But you go from having to win 2 games to having to win 3 games, and that's 6 weeks of football left essentially. And I doubt they're going to get healthier.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I hear you, but you just mentioned they have like half a roster on IR. It's one of those situations where it's like, do you really put much stock in this? Like, I hate to say it because I know it's football and it's not the same as NBA, but if we were talking about an NBA team, they're definitely resting players. Like, they're definitely not trying as hard as you think they would. I don't think they're going to take this game seriously, and they don't really have to.
No, but you do.
No,
you
do.
You have to. Because with half a roster out, if you lose the first round bye. The Minnesota Vikings right on your heels after that win there. You want to have home field advantage throughout so you don't have to travel on the road to play somebody else. Like, there's still a ton that they have to play for heading into this playoff.
Who's the Vikings playing?
Vikings matchup this week
is Green Bay?
It might be Green Bay, actually.
You know, because that kind of matters.
Minnesota Vikings play the Green Bay Packers this week.
Do they play first? No. Do we play first?
We play at the same time.
Play the same. 12. You can't play that game. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, if the Vikings lose, I'm not taking the Bears seriously.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying to like get that edge.
But you still
have to play. Don't get me wrong.
You're still risking.
You got to play for Philly.
As a reason.
You still got to play for Philly because Philly is 12-2 also.
Right. There's 3 teams vying for that number 1 spot, and you're talking about home field advantage for what? At least 2
I'm just
weeks,
being
3
stupid.
weeks
The reality of it is they do have to win it to secure that bye because they need it. They're so hurt. They really need that bye.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm being honest,
are being masked. I don't think they're hiding players just to get them healthy. I think this is really a labored team right now. Like,
Vikings play
the reason why
Seattle.
they had such a special season is because they were really healthy for most of the time and they were just eviscerating teams. But that's the name of the game. I think that because they're hurt right now, and you got Montgomery who claims that, he's a dog, he wants to play, he'll probably be there. I would say if he's going to be in the playoffs, they probably got to make a Super Bowl run in order for him to return. But you look at a team like the Rams, we talked about this before. When you get healthy at the right time and you see how they're progressing, I'm looking at them as the people that are really going to be like the taste of the NFC.
The taste of the NFC?
The toast, I should say.
That was like the taste of the NFC? Yeah, you had a taste of that Four Roses, and now you crown the teams the taste of the NFC. Shout out Don Burr in the building. Don Burr, always welcome here. Said Minnesota plays Seattle this weekend, not the Packers. He's right. I looked at 29th, so Minnesota plays Seattle this weekend.
Okay. Someone said his mic wasn't on.
Oh, no. Mic is on. He was talking sideways.
Okay. Hey, just making sure. Just like
we got 100 in the chat, by the way.
Oh, 100 in the chat! No.
I think that, to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter. It's just them beating the Bears, regardless or not. By the time you get to the playoffs, you will be exposed for who you are. So all you're trying to do is mask and hide. If you can at least get the home field advantage to possibly – if they can make a run, they can make a run. But if they're that hurt, they're depleted, then it doesn't, you need to win this game. Yeah. Because it's like it's like a wounded dog, right? You're trying to, protect yourself to a point. And so self-preservation kicks in. So I would think that they need to win in general.
Here's my thing. They still got weapons. I mean, you're saying you're going to find out.
Well, you got to go all offense. 18 of the 21 pieces is on the defensive end.
That
18 of the 21 pieces are on your defense. Now,
That's bad.
am I sitting here telling you that they don't have an offense that can go out there and put up 50 plus?
No, they definitely do.
They definitely do. But now you have an
Still
offense
got
that
Jameer.
needs to go out there and put up 50 plus. And I think that that's where kind of my question comes in, because if the Bears are able to go out there, especially coming off, and for me, what it would expose is how much you need Monty. Right, because Jahmyr Gibbs, I fully expect him to have 250 yards against us rushing, because we haven't stopped the run since week 2. You know what I mean?
Turnstiles, baby. Don't just
human turnstiles.
Yeah, there we go.
So I still think that they can go, but if the Bears can find a way to slow down the run, if the Bears can find a way to expose a struggling, because there's supposed to be snow this weekend as well, a struggling health-wise Lions team, especially making them play outside, I think it does add a little bit more credence of, if the Bears end up winning this game, Minnesota ends up winning the game versus Seattle, now you're talking about a situation with the Lions where you have to look at them and say, you're going to have to play Philly outside. You're going to have to play some of these teams outside. We've been questioning the Lions as a team that can play consistently outside for 3 years now. You know what I mean? Jared Goff does not like playing in the elements. That has been proven. Yes, I understand that he won the game versus the Packers. That was not a Jared Goff win. Good touchdown pass to the corner.
If I'm being honest, this actually is a pick-me-up game for Caleb. You just mentioned something. Most of the injuries on the defensive end. That means we have the opportunity to get our offense rolling, and we should be able to do something. And so to say that you did well against the Detroit Lions and you actually, got it together and start moving the ball downfield, that's a good thing for your rookie QB who's already, in a sense, they said we've ruined him to some degree. So I would look at it from that aspect. I don't really care about the we're not making the playoffs. So the wins or losses don't really matter. It's about how well we're progressing in that sense. I just want to see us have competent and confident play from our quarterback moving forward against a Super Bowl contender. That's what I'm looking for.
You know what I want to see, and I'm glad Pat brought this up. You're talking about the weather and everything. Am I good? Am I in? Okay, you were talking about the weather. And
MIN is crazy.
Look,
I'm not gonna lie to you. MIN is nuts.
What are you doing, my boy?
Nuts.
I don't care. My point that I'm trying to make is,
Who is he talking to?
No, talking truth. I was trying to make sure the mic was actually like. You said I gotta
It wasn't a
straight
good
at
pickup
it.
on his sound.
You don't really have to
make sure
talk
we
straight at it.
That's what he said. But
Straight at it?
that's all right.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, my
here we
point that I was trying to make is that you mentioned the weather and everything. What I actually want to see, selfishly, for the Bears, from the Bears standpoint, I don't care about losses. I want to see if Ben Johnson can actually call a game with the depleted roster. What would the offense look like? Will they look still really good with the depleted roster?
They only missing one guy,
that
though.
depleted.
It's the defense that's
The defense is
They
depleted.
got David. Like, you got to lean more on Jahmyr. Like, you don't have that tandem that can go in and out for spells.
That does make a difference. I asked. We had. Oh Lord, now I'm not gonna be able to remember my man's name. No. He's a Detroit Lions beat reporter.
Oh, okay.
Colton Poyer, I think his name is. Wasn't expecting a brother to pop on the screen actually when we interviewed him. It was one of those. It was one of those names. Let me see. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I don't want to disrespect him while Colton Pouncey. No, that's kind of black. We had Colton Pouncey on today's episode, be reporter for the Detroit Lions. And to me, the conversation around the future of this the future of this Lions team as they continue to go through with just Jahmyr Gibbs. And his response was, they believe Jahmyr Gibbs can be a every down back. They don't want him to be. But it's going to be different because he's not a ground and pound back. And realistically, how do you tire defenses out? You beat the heck out of them. You continue to just go at them and just, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Over.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then they just, what you laughing at?
Nothing.
Sounds a little
Apparently
inappropriate.
a lot of pounding. Against Joe.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. What was that sound?
The two of you guys are just horrible. It's like,
That's my shit.
I do.
That's my Chicago.
I do wonder what that would look like in the long run, realistically, with just Jahmyr Gibbs as a 3-down back. But that's why you have the 2 backs in the backfield.
Who are our injuries on defense?
Javon Dexter.
Wow.
Bears injury report did come out today, and my concern's more on the offensive end than anything on the defensive end, because we get every time we get one piece back, we lose another. You know what I mean? We got Tevin Jenkins, or I'm sorry, we got Braxton Jones back on the field, which I'm not even that thrilled by that. Calm down there, Jordan. And but we lose Tevin Jenkins. He's been DMP last 2 days with a calf.
He ain't getting that contract.
Javon Dexter got a knee injury.
He is not getting that contract, bro.
We just talked about that earlier.
We talked about that on the morning show.
Slim.
Yeah. Javon Dexter with a knee injury right now on the defensive end. And Darrell Taylor with a shoulder. He was full go today. So that's kind of where the Bears are. Bears are a little bit more healthy.
Sweat still good?
Sweat is good. Sweat is not on the injury report this week. So the Bears
are playing hurt.
Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully he's able to get to Jared Goff a little bit this week.
Please do.
Because the reality of it is, like you said, Gibbs is not an everyday. They don't want him to be, but he can be. It's just one game.
It's not just one game. Dave Montgomery tore his ACL.
No,
I'm the rest of the time out there.
As far as we're concerned, it's just one game. I don't care about what their playoff hopes are or if they win the Super Bowl. We're talking about this weekend. I care less what they do afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't have them winning the Super Bowl. I think they're just too depleted to do so. And realistically, yeah, I don't have them going that far. But as far as this game is concerned, I'm concerned about that. And plus, I don't know who's this guy's name. What's this guy's name? Craig Reynolds? I don't know nothing about him. I don't know. Backup running back. I don't know nothing about that guy.
Because you haven't had to see him.
Hey, but you know what? I worry about? For 4.3 yards a carry.
Yeah. Can he
still got a good line.
Can he still maintain that?
He still has a good line.
Still have a good offensive line in front of him.
Hey, listen, Jahmyr Gibbs may not have to do all the work.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? We're gonna find out. Yeah. Hey, he might make his name and get his contract based off of how we play him. Yeah. So this is what it is. That's who I'm worried about.
Play. That's true. They do let randoms dominate sometimes.
And the defense has stood up for Detroit long enough where Jared Goff had like 3 touchdowns, 88 yards, stuff like that. It could be the time where he steps up. And I mean, he's still an elite quarterback.
Though, like Jared in the weather, like he's a different quarterback. And the more you let him throw, you could take advantage of him. Now, does this defense do that?
No, they're gonna be running.
Yeah, I think the defense is.
We're gonna run all night.
They don't. The Bears don't have it. The Lions are like.
Of course, Don Bird knows who all these guys are.
They're not gonna. I mean, the Lions should dog walk this squad. The whole point is like, hopefully, the Bears actually play like they, have some pride. They can actually do something. We still have we have a quarterback that should be able to. He broke the rookie passing record. So he's over 3,000 yards, right?
No.
Where's he at?
He's like 2,800.
You think the rookie passing record was 3,000 yards?
Man, it was 2,200 yards.
No, I'm trying to get to where he gets to.
For the Bears.
How far is he getting?
For the Bears.
For him to get 4,000, he got to go crazy.
He's not getting 4,000.
He had to go crazy.
He's not getting 4,000 yards. No, I mean, you'd have to finish the season with 3 400-yard games.
Yeah.
No.
Crazy.
He's got 2,900 yards.
2,937.
Right.
So you would have to finish the season breaking
350.
He could do it if they let him go. And if guys catch the ball,
he'd be 13 yards short.
Yeah, no. So I'm saying you would have to have a 400-yard game essentially.
One of them has to be 400.
360, but 400-yard game. I'm right.
It's possible though.
Yeah, because they had nothing else.
The kid's done it before.
They can't run.
He's not doing 350-yard games
to play for.
Okay, hold on. Over or under
every game.
Over or under 3,500 yards.
Under.
Over or under 3,500 yards.
I think he's over.
600 more yards.
I think he's over.
Give me 200 yards. Give me 200. Give me 225 yards the next 3 games.
Nah.
I don't think the Bears have enough offense
in there somewhere. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
670. That's more than 3,500 yards.
Where's he at right now?
2,937. That puts him over. That puts him over 3,500 yards.
I kind of agree with Jordan. I do see a 170 in there.
670. So yeah, that's
675. So 225 times 3. Yeah, 675.
Yeah,
that puts him over.
I can see a 200. I can see a 185.
Yeah.
Maybe a 240.
I guess
that's just weirdly how this league is.
But the Seahawks, though, I can see him doing some noise, making some noise against the Seahawks.
Right, Seahawks are banged up too. You got a couple of games where you can actually make some noise.
He would have to. I mean, that's the only thing you're kind of playing for is to at least give him a nice record.
This is what we're
playing, as well as getting his confidence up. Of like
that's all we're playing for.
The issue is that I'd like to see does he finally hit the deep ball. Because he keeps like his accuracy is off. But there's been guys dropping a lot of passes though. I mean, there's been a lot of hitting numbers, and hitting hands.
It's not really on the deep balls though.
But
Not on
The
the deep
deep balls have been
the
like,
deep ball, but there's been
I
passes.
beat him. What the fuck?
You know the funny
That's
thing?
mostly been what the deep ball has been. It's just like, oh, I got past him. Ha, 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 ha. Here we go. What?
0 to like 1 to 15 yards. That's his thing. Over 15 yards, not his thing. And he's a rookie. Then you can develop that.
Well, listen, it's what he came in with. He had it. I said this. I said this on.
I didn't think he
on-
was good at the deep ball coming in.
He was absolutely good at
He
the
was
deep ball coming in.
crazy good.
That's what he was best at. Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is one of the most accurate passers at literally every stat in college football history. Like, he's accurate between the numbers. He was accurate outside the numbers. He was accurate on the deep ball. He was accurate intermediate. He was accurate short.
And he didn't throw any interceptions.
And he didn't throw
94 to
interceptions.
10 in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
To 10 interceptions.
Now, he was a dog, but this ain't college.
Same guy.
And I said this. I believe Caleb Williams has the yips.
I do.
I think that he's gotten beaten and battered to the point where he's got the yips on the deep ball, and he's trying to prove I can hit the deep ball when you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I hope that's not the case because that could last.
football
You can
yips
shake
really
it.
don't last unless you keep getting
Well,
beaten and
unless we
battered. I would
get,
hope that we address the offensive line this offseason with the right piece.
Yeah, dress the line, get a real
I
coordinator
can't trust
here.
it, but I would hope.
Give me
No,
Vrabel
get the
with
right
Josh
coach
McDaniels. You know,
Get the
give me-
right coach
that's
to
what I
help him
want.
through that mentally.
Yeah.
How about this? Invest in a better QB room. I think that's like Michael
You mean as
Penix.
far as his backups?
Michael Penix to me is in the best situation because no matter how much of a heel he fell off
You
of.
always find a way to bring it back to your mids.
Oh, I love Kirk Cousins. I really do.
Defender.
It's sponsored by nobody. Anyway, listen. But no, seriously though, they went 6-3
With Kirk?
with Kirk. What they start off? He was on a heater. He set the Atlanta
5-0.
Falcons
It was good.
record for passing,
Yeah.
504 yards or whatever it is.
In a single game.
In a single game, yeah. So like that's a great person to be behind to see how to be a pro and stuff like that. We
Now
did
they went 7-7 with Kirk Cousins.
no. What did they go? They went
They
4-3
started off
at
like
first?
5-0.
They
I
went
thought.
4-3.
I
What
thought
was
they went-
they had a winning record at first, and they went on a losing streak.
Yeah, he was hot.
Whatever it was, when he set that record, it's like, hey, that's you want your rookie QB
Well, they started
to
the
have
season with a loss, so they definitely didn't go on a winning.
So I guess they weren't 5-0.
They weren't 5-0. But all I'm saying is like that's a veteran QB that you want to that's good for a rookie quarterback.
Did you say 2? 200 in the chat, by the way.
Who's the most experienced person in our QB room right now?
Caleb Williams.
Tyson Bagent. Oh, Tyson Bagent. All right, yeah. Listen, the guy who spent. Did he go to? What college did he go to?
What college did he go to?
He didn't play a whole lot.
I forgot.
You know, Tyson Bagent.
Like North.
Yeah, it was
That's such a
Division
great
two.
QB room for my rookie QB. You know what I'm saying? Like, get some veterans in there that can actually help
Yeah, but
him
there
on
was-
some
there
other
was no
things.
veterans in there for a lot of top guys that were able to go out there and ball out. There was nobody really in there. Like,
Well, they're gonna have to
who's
pay.
the veteran in there for Andrew Luck?
Nope.
Hey, listen, Andrew Luck came in cussing people out of different. That Andrew Luck was
Not
different.
really.
Dog, the pre-draft Andrew Luck stories are legendary.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's
that
just 'cause
dude was
Andrew Luck's a
different.
Dude,
That
but-
dude was different. Nah, that dude was different.
Yeah, but it's not like it's the same conversation. Yes, I would love to sit there and have the Kirk Cousins as a mentor to the next quarterback, but realistically speaking, Joe Burrow didn't have that. Realistically speaking, Jalen Hurts kind of had that with Carson Wentz, but like
Jalen Hurts kind of.
they also like basically hated on Jalen Hurts the entire beginning of his career and were like, we're
I did
never
too.
going to play this dude.
I definitely did.
And then he
I
finally
definitely
went
did.
out there and balled out. I'm not even talking about media. I'm just talking about.
I'm talking about me.
I'm not even talking about media.
I was not a Jalen Hurts fan. Still on the fence. AJ Brown sometimes is still on the fence. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Hey,
quarterback.
They 11 and what? 11 and 2?
Yeah.
He's still on the fence. Passing is our
They're
issue.
balling out. Yeah, but you got a running back who's getting 1,700 yards, which I think is a great transition here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I think a great transition here is, talking about guys like Saquon Barkley, talking about guys like Joe Burrow, talking about these top guys.
Yeah.
Who's leading the NFL MVP race right now? Thanks for getting that graphic up there, Joel. We appreciate that. End of the. I actually like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was kind of
That is
solid.
nice.
That was kind of solid.
Just working on it.
What was that? What, did it just fade into the darkness?
Yeah. You like it?
I did like that. That was solid. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Show love. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's get this thing moving along, though, man, because I think the NFL MVP race is an interesting conversation right now because to me, there are 4 names that you have to bring up in it. And I think there's one name that's absolutely just not being talked about. And if he wins this weekend, you could talk about him as the NFL MVP yet again. The 4 names for me: Josh Allen.
Yes.
Joe Burrow.
No.
Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
No Joe Burrow? Wait a minute. Hold on.
No.
Record.
Man got a losing record.
He got a losing record. You never give it to the people with the losing record.
Hey, he's so far under 500.
I'm just talking about.
I'm just talking about
being in the conversation.
He's not even in the conversation because his he's not because his
Joe Burrow has the best quarterback stats out of all these quarterbacks. You know that, right?
He's not in there because
I remember Deshaun Watson having stats like that
because he's losing. So you stat wise,
Deshaun Watson was in the MVP race.
He didn't get it.
Stat wise, yes, but he's not in it.
I said, is he in the conversation?
True. The only thing I'm asking is, if you're not going to put him in there, at least at the 4, who would you put over?
Lamar
He is
Jackson.
the best.
You're going to put Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is in the conversation.
Lamar Jackson. It's only 4.
I was getting to it, and I was stunned that we were excluding Joe Burrow.
It's only a 4-name race. It is. It's Barkley. It's Saquon. It's Josh. It's Lamar, and it's Jared Goff.
No.
Jared Goff is not in this conversation.
He's in the conversation.
Jared
because
Goff is not in this conversation.
He's in the conversation because he is putting up numbers, and they have the best record. They tie for the second best record in
Jared
the NFL.
Goff is not in this MVP.
And this is why we have the
That's
conversation, because this is the debate. So let's start with you. Who do you have as the MVP?
To me, I think it's asinine that we're not talking about Lamar Jackson. It blows my mind. Now,
For the first time ever, I'm in agreement.
I think that you have to talk about Lamar as a guy who has to win the big games, right? I think the Steelers game, if you win this game, you're having the conversation about him as the MVP unquestioned. Because the biggest question around Lamar is what?
Can he win a big game?
Can you win a big game?
Can you win a big game?
Now, a lot of these big games that he's lost, I don't know if I'd actually put it on Lamar. But
facts.
I think that is a conversation that you have to have because Josh Allen is winning these big games, and I can't take it away from Josh Allen that he's winning these big games when Lamar isn't, right? But Lamar Jackson has 34 touchdowns passing on the season. He's got 3,500 passing yards this year. He's completing his passes at a 68% clip.
Crazy.
He has 3 interceptions on the season. You know what my favorite part about these 3 interceptions is?
It probably could be 0.
I've gone back and looked at every single one of the 3 interceptions.
Tip passes.
They are absolutely not on Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson could be at this point of the season and have 0 interceptions this year. He's also adding, I have to look this up because I didn't have this, 3 more rushing touchdowns.
Nice.
So he's got 37 total touchdowns on the season.
I'm going to side with Drew on this one and make the claim that Jared Goff should be in the conversation. He's not my pick.
No, he's not my pick.
He's not my pick. I agree with Pat that Lamar Jackson is doing something. He has more passing yards than he's ever had, if I'm not mistaken, 3,500 plus in still counting. But Jared Goff has a 71% completion rate.
He's completing the football at a ridiculous rate.
He also has
a 5 interception game.
Oh, great!
They did win it.
They did win it though.
That's why he's not the front runner. The front runner is Buffalo and
I think that's
and Lamar.
I would say
that's 1 and 2.
Jared Goff is over Josh Allen in that sense.
Saquon is going to get it if and only if he breaks the NFL rushing record.
I'm going for Saquon. The fact is that his impact, they already had a team, they had the line, had all that. But the fact that they're back to being number 1,
I agree with that. Like, Philly is not nowhere near dominating the way they are if it's not for Saquon.
If he puts them over the top, that is he's a key. If he's not there,
I don't believe it.
He was the final piece.
Then
he puts them over the top.
Then you have to ask yourself a question: what is your parameters of the MVP?
The best player in the NFL.
No, that's not. The MVP is the most
I'm sorry,
valuable
what?
player of your team.
Wait a minute.
It's
Wait a
not.
minute.
It's just it's if you take this individual off the team, how good are they going to play? Really?
Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah, hey, listen.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Drew?
I ain't gonna say anything.
Six pack of
Run the
bullshit.
credits. Do your own sound now. Do your own sound now.
Do your own sound now. It's crazy. Go ahead, Drew. I'm joking.
No, Drew, seriously. You lost me when you said it's not the best player.
No,
I was like, wait a
what I'm
minute.
saying is those valuable player is theoretically, if you take them off the team, are they able to maintain? If they're not able to maintain the scoring and the record and all that of the team, that is most valuable player. That is, if you take them off the team is just go straight in the garbage. They can't win. They can't do nothing. They can't function. That's what the definition of MVP is.
By that standard, Sam Darnold should be in this conversation.
Right, because
Sam Darnold could be in the
he could be.
conversation.
They got him in the top
JJ
10.
doesn't get them yards. Neither does Addison without those. Without that pass.
And this is tough.
And I gotta stop saying JJ. Justin Jefferson.
It's tough because we didn't put Kirk in these conversations.
No, he just had.
We didn't put Kirk in these MVP conversation, and Kirk was doing exactly what Sam Darnold was doing.
I mean,
at the same level.
Kirk is doing exactly what Josh Allen is doing.
Well, no, they're 12-2.
Well, Kirk is sitting on a bench, so he's not doing what Josh Allen.
Well,
and it's Michael Penix time.
Look at the.
They look more dominant.
Is that a big Penix over?
That's a big Penix over there.
Big Penix.
Hey, listen. Hey, hello, boys.
Massive Penix coming in.
Hey, listen, throwing it deep over there.
Shout out to Paulie G with the super chat, man. $20 super chat. Appreciate the love, Paulie G. Said Barkley the MVP. He'd have more touchdowns if Hurts weren't doing all those QB sneaks. Allen is going to win it because the media has been trying to give it to him for a while. Lamar, unfortunately, hasn't went deep in the playoffs. Playoffs do not matter, though, when you're talking about the regular season MVP.
Regular season.
And for me, here's the thing. Lamar Jackson has become everything that everybody has said
he wasn't.
I need to see him become.
Yeah, he is.
He has turned into, dare I say, in my opinion, a top 3 quarterback in this NFL.
Would you say he's the best dual threat quarterback ever?
He's absolutely. That's a great conversation.
Yes.
Dual threat ever?
Yes.
Best dual threat. He's
been better than Mike Vick since three seasons ago.
Here's what I will ask. Here's what I will ask.
A regular season.
Because we don't think of
Randall Cunningham.
Josh Allen as a dual threat quarterback. What do you call Josh Allen?
Steve Young.
You know what? You got a good point.
Steve Young was a dual threat quarterback. What do you call Steve Young?
Wait.
We think of these guys.
Patrick Mahomes is a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah,
he's more like Aaron Rodgers.
When I say dual threat, like Steve Young was a dude that hit you with a and make you miss. Pat Mahomes is like, I'm gonna run if I got to.
Yeah,
he's
like
opportunistic
Rodgers.
runner.
Yeah,
he's like Aaron Rodgers, and if we're gonna call Aaron Rodgers a dual threat quarterback, that would be nuts. To me, Josh Allen is a dual threat quarterback, and most just don't call him that because of his skin color.
Do you put a number to it?
Do I put a number
so
to
many
it?
rushing yards make you a dual threat quarterback?
No, because for me, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger was a dual threat quarterback because if he had to run, he would absolutely kill you.
No, he trucked some people
in his first
few years. But Ben would always run, right?
More like he didn't know where to throw, and then he
would run to be able to throw downfield. So he really didn't.
He would extend plays,
right? Extend plays. There you go.
He's in that chair.
He would extend plays,
but because he was big enough,
right?
Cam Newton's the other dual threat.
Yeah, but Lamar's a by far better passer than Cam Newton, and I love Cam. Yeah. I think Cam is one of the best that we've seen. But
we said dual threat.
But here's the thing: Patrick Mahomes is not a pocket QB.
That's an argument, though. That's an argument. That's an argument.
Patrick Mahomes.
I think Pat. Mahomes,
he is a pocket QB.
Pat Mahomes is the best off-platform quarterback we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think that's
next to Rodgers.
Pat Mahomes also might be the best quarterback we've ever seen. But Pat Mahomes is the best off-platform quarterback we've ever seen.
Pat Mahomes might be the best quarterback we've ever seen.
He might be the best quarterback we've ever seen.
And John Elway was a problem too. That Joe used to run a lot. He used to.
John Elway used to lead with his teeth, though. That's a whole different conversation. Just be biting his way.
He was an old man. And he got helicoptered into the end zone. It was like,
I think this is where we have to have the tournament of players. because we have to have the tournament of who's the best dual threat. That's a real
That's a
conversation.
good conversation.
Well, you got a new bracket.
We have a new
good
bracket.
That's a good bracket.
It's probably only
But
16
I
players,
think
but still.
here's the thing: if you were to rank your MVP right now, because we still got a lot we got to get to on the show. If you were to rank your top 3 in the MVP race right now, where would you go?
Lamar, Josh, Saquon. Like for me, it's easy.
Where would you go?
Lamar, Saquon, and Josh.
Saquon too is interesting.
Saquon won, and then Lamar.
Crazy work.
Wow.
Running back?
Because I see the impact of what he's done for Philly.
I have to give
Philly,
it to
nobody
Philly
was
would
even
not have
thinking
been
about
as
Philly.
good. Philly would not have been as good.
No, nobody was thinking they would be contending for the number 1 in the East at the beginning of the year.
You don't have to
You
depend on
expect-
Jalen Hurts.
Everybody expected the Ravens to be the Ravens, right?
True.
They're going to probably,
Yes.
win the division possibly.
You
and
did expect the Ravens. to be
You
the
always
Ravens.
expected. Nobody expected.
I
Philly.
did. No, I did expect Philly to win the NFC East, though. I picked them to win the NFC East. I also expected
saying-
Philly to
I'm
have
talking
12
about the-
wins.
You picked them at 12 wins?
Yes.
That's
All right,
crazy.
good for
work.
you. What do you want? Foot long cookie?
We went to Subway yesterday. Got to get them as a sponsor.
What up, Drew?
But no, what you got, Drew? Who's your
Drew,
top 3?
I got Josh number 1, Lamar 2, and Saquon 3.
I'm not mad at Josh. Josh has been balling, bro. Josh has been an absolute monster this year. I mean, realistically speaking,
You take them off that team, they don't win 3.
well. Listen, if you take
They
Josh
don't
Allen-
win 3?
They don't win 3 games without Josh Allen.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
he's
yeah,
the
that's
quarterback.
Oh,
obvious.
okay,
He's
I
the
see what
starting
you're saying.
quarterback.
He's the
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
But see, here's my problem with Josh.
I get
Allen.
what you're saying.
Here's my problem with Josh Allen.
You're saying they winning because of him specifically.
Josh Allen
Exactly.
has been
That's-
Josh Allen has been ridiculously efficient. I do agree with that. I do think you win because of Josh Allen. I think that he's a main reason behind it.
64% though.
Nowhere near the yards or touchdowns of Lamar Jackson. Now has
Hold
the
on,
skins
hold
on the wall.
hold
though.
on.
Has the skins on the wall though.
Caveat
Josh
though,
Allen has beaten the Dolphins. Josh Allen has beaten the Ravens. Josh Allen has beaten the Texans. He's beaten the
He's beaten
they beat the Chiefs,
They beat the Chiefs.
right?
But
Like
this-
no, they
but
didn't. No, they
this-
didn't. No, they didn't.
But they
Yeah, they did. They finally
Are they
beat
the only team that beat the
They
Chiefs?
finally beat them.
But you have to look at it this way. This was supposed to be a down year for Buffalo. They were not supposed to
Well-
be in contention. Yes,
You know,
they
Stephon
it was a whole
Yeah, but
salary
people
cap
only
year.
believe that
It
just
was a whole
because
salary
Stephon
cap
Diggs was gone, and I don't know if I ever went with that. I was like, is Josh Allen dead?
They lost a lot of defensive players for salary cap.
Yeah.
So this was supposed to be a down
Really?
year for the Bills.
They beat the Chiefs last month.
They beat the Chiefs, yeah.
21-30.
So with them supposed to be in a down year, and they're actually in contention for the Super Bowl, you have to give. That's what they're giving Allen the slight nudge ahead of Lamar.
Now, here's my thing. I want to make a case for this player, and I do. My top 3, I would go Lamar. 2 right now. Can't believe I'm saying this.
Uh-oh.
No,
I would go
it's a wrap.
Saquon.
It's a wrap.
I would go Saquon. No, you son. Sorry. My 3rd, I think Joe Burrow's got to enter this conversation.
Not at all. Absolutely
3
not.
games left.
Absolutely not.
3
at
games
all.
left. 3 games left. Completing 68% of his passes, 3,900 yards on the season, 36 touchdowns,
Listen,
8 interceptions.
Oh,
Again, when you
now
look
the
at
3 of y'all need to get the ball
Jared
out.
Goff, 71% completion rate, 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 INTs, 110 QBR.
and a
come
5 interception game. The 5 interception game takes him out because everyone has been so perfect.
Guess what? Guess what?
Everyone has been so perfect.
Who has the losing record? Who has the winning record?
I give you that. I give you that. But here's let me point to some of these
Neither
losses.
team is successful
No,
without
but kid, let me
I
point.
always said-
Let me point to some of these losses.
Cincinnati is not competitive now.
Let me point to some of these losses that the Bengals have had.
Oh, close losses.
No, it's not about it being close. 41-38.
Great.
That's on him.
No.
Yeah, because he threw interceptions
that's
and he
on him?
fumbled.
He
He
performed.
threw
35-34.
Depends on the game because he did have a game where he
Both of these
was
games
on
are the Ravens games. 35-34.
One of those games was on him. One of those games was on him. I'm not saying which one it was. I don't remember which one it was. I do understand that one of those games was on the
I
offense.
put up
And they
34
say-
points.
and
It's on me.
The conversation is
I put up 34 points.
Yes.
It's on me.
yes, because you fumbled or threw an interception in a critical spot.
So
He has
so
to be- he
defense
has to
don't play
perfect.
no part in this.
Nope, because he has to play perfect. That's the argument.
No
That's the argument.
conversation
That's the
on the
argument
defense
with
at
Joe
all.
Burrow. It's the
That,
argument with
that
Joe Burrow.
actually
He
makes
has
his
to play
argument for
perfect.
being in the MVP race.
Nope, but it's
better
not.
I
because
do remember
It's not.
Lost to the
It's
Steelers
not.
44-38.
It's not. Hey,
the Commanders game was on him.
that's-
I remember
that's-
that game.
that's-
I watched that
that's
Well,
game.
the Commanders game was on him. He
Was
threw
on
he
him.
threw a
by
pick at the end
definition,
zone.
though, if you take a person
Hey,
that's
this
that
is
valuable
these are
out
not
of
my
it.
rules.
No, what
These
I'm
are the
saying is
rules
if
of the
you take a
voters.
quarterback like that value off of the team, how worse would they be?
Hey,
How much more worse would that be?
I agree with you. These are the
Well, considering that they only won like
voters
4
are
games,
having.
I don't know
The
how much
voters
worse
are
they could
having.
get.
This has to be perfect.
My point is not.
They ain't got a winning
No, here's
record,
the
dog.
Here's the thing. My point is not. I said Lamar's my one. Lamar wins it for me. You beat the Steelers this weekend, which the Ravens have never done under John Harbaugh, so it's probably not going to happen right now. Lamar wins it.
Sam Darnold's in there for me before Joe.
But just like this, Pat tell me the last QB on a losing team to win an MVP, I'll wait. Not saying he's going to win it.
Yeah.
I'm saying he should be in the
race,
conversation. He is a top.
I get
He
you.
is the
I
top
get you.
3 quarterback in the NFL right now, and his team is not a top 3 team.
Respectfully, Sam Darnold would have to be in that conversation before him, in my opinion.
Sam Darnold's a better quarterback
I ain't gonna lie.
than Joe Burrow.
They do have similar.
The stats are kind
Kind of similar.
He's 67.6% on the completion rate. He has 29 touchdowns, has 11 INTs, he has 3,500 yards. He's playing really good ball, and
Bro,
they're winning.
Bro, Joe has 30. What did I just say? 35 touchdowns. 35 is a big difference.
It's only 6. It's only 6.
Hey, 35 and 8,
But you gotta
36
count
and
the
8.
fumbles. You got to count the
He has less
fumbles too.
interceptions. I
That's
got
a
him.
gotta
lot
count
of
the fumbles.
like 36 touchdowns is a big difference. What'd you say? 29?
29.
That's a
It's
big difference.
7 touchdowns. I give it to you.
Yeah. But you
36
gotta-
touchdowns is a big difference than 29.
you
But
gotta look at-
winning
you gotta look at
matters.
You got to look at
Like
the
when we're
turnovers,
talking
too.
about 1-2 touchdowns, that's different.
But winning matters.
I agree with you. I didn't say he was going to win. My thing is we're disrespecting him in the conversation.
I don't think it's disrespectful. He wouldn't. He probably wouldn't put himself in the conversation because he's not winning.
I honestly.
If you're a
Joe Burrow is not winning, I don't think he would put himself in the conversation.
Top
There's a
five,
there's a
top five,
conversation
top
to
six,
say
yes,
that
but
Joe
you said top
Burrow.
3.
Here's the thing. There's a conversation right now to say that Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the NFL.
Oh yeah, I can believe it.
If you want to talk about accuracy, I can give it to you.
If we're talking about numbers, if we're talking about production offensively,
if you just had a blank sheet, you put that number.
he
down.
can't play defense.
You're right.
He can't go out there and play DB
Absolutely.
and say, "Hey,
But he
maybe
can
we
play-
shouldn't
but-
let this
but he
mug
can-
streak
but he
down the
can
right
play-
sideline."
He can play a perfect game though with no interceptions and no fumbles. If he does that, then yeah, then
But
your
then again,
argument is
what-
validated.
How many fumbles
But
does
then
he have
again,
on the
what is-
season?
what is
He
the
has a
definition
bunch of
of
turnovers.
MVP?
Say again.
Again, what is the definition of MVP?
The best player on the
what-
best
what-
team.
That's the question I asked you.
It's the
earlier,
best player
and
on the
y'all-
best team
Y'all
in
picked
the
up the
league.
liquor bottle on me.
No.
That's the
I
que-
said you
that's the
take
question I
person
asked
off-
earlier. I said, what is your
I'm answering.
parameters
Am I wrong?
of the
What I'm saying
MVP?
is you take the person off the team, and they look worse.
Let's be real.
That's my.
It's
That was
the
my answer
best
earlier. You guys
QB
took
on the
box.
best team because it's a QB
No,
award.
I'm not saying he's going to win it. I never said he was. going to
No, that's
win
not the argument. I get what
My
you're saying.
point is, people are sitting here talking about Joe Burrow like he's dog water.
No,
and he's the second best
no.
quarterback.
No.
in the NFL.
No, not saying that at all.
You're putting Josh Allen above him. Joe Burrow's having a better season than Josh Allen stat wise and production wise.
But your team
All right, hold on.
success.
Somebody
comes into
mentioned a
play.
name that I didn't even think about.
By the way,
Baker
he's only lost
Mayfield.
4
Hold on,
fumbles
wait.
this season.
Baker Mayfield.
That
What's
goes
Baker
in
Mayfield's stats?
conjunction with his interception. So it's
They're
it's
kinda
15 turnovers.
The
Wait a
thing is,
minute.
it's a combination of winning.
Hold on. Wait. Hey, wait a minute.
How much?
I don't know. Baker Mayfield, 70% completion rate,
Uh-huh.
3,600 yards, 32 tuds, 14 INTs.
14 INTs.
14 INTs.
By the way, Josh Allen has 5 fumbles.
By the way, here's the thing. Can we just admit this? We are entering an era of QB that is like, it's really good.
It's crazy.
It's really good.
Well,
Yo,
it's all
I'm
the
not-
new rules
Let's-
is that you can't touch a
let's
quarterback.
be real. Let's be real. The rules are ridiculous.
You can't touch
The rules are
You
ridiculous.
can't touch after 5
And you
yards.
gotta
Well, no, it's
And you
not.
got extra
It's not
game.
the quarterback rules. It's
No.
quarterbacks finally taking advantage of the wide receiver rules. Can you imagine Tom Brady ever
Mhm.
throwing a football over the middle versus Brian Urlacher
No.
No,
versus Ray Lewis?
No.
Lewis.
That receiver's
Can
dead.
you imagine
Versus
ever?
Troy
You know who
Polamalu.
used to do it? You know who
Troy
used to do it?
Polamalu.
You know who used to
The
do it? Troy
headhunters.
Polamalu.
The
No,
headhunter.
no.
You know who used to do it? Peyton used to set his receivers up to die.
Yeah.
Medicine
He used to
ball,
set
bro.
them mugs up to die. The rules are just different, bro.
No, we're talking John Lynch. We're talking like
It's different.
killers.
It's a different world.
Mike Brown.
Dude,
Mike
what was it?
Brown.
I would say, what was
Mike
the,
Brown wasn't a
what-
linebacker.
No, what was the team that
What,
had
Legion of Boom.
that they gave you the money when they
those
took the
fools
heads
was
off
the-
when you was
Cam
knocking
Chancellor
people
and
out,
the other guy.
out of the game?
Browner.
Who was that? What team was that?
Brandon
The
Brown.
bounty.
I can't hear. We having
Wait,
three
wait,
conversations at once, boys. We doing a whole show right now.
Like I was saying, Brandon Browner. Is that what we think? Browner, right? Yeah, whatever.
Who you
Anyways.
talking about? You talking about the linebacker?
No, I'm talking
No.
about the team.
No,
that,
not
the
you.
team, the
Them.
team.
They conversate. I'll get to you in a second. They conversate. You
Cam
talking about
Chancellor.
the Seattle linebacker?
No, the safety. There was a big.
Oh,
there was a
Cam
huge
Chancellor. I was gonna say
there was
Bobby
another one.
Wagner.
No, there was another one.
It is-
Wagner's
it
the
is
linebacker.
Brown.
Bobby
I know
Wagner.
what you're talking
No, it was Browner. It was another
Brown.
guy.
It was Brown.
Yeah, but you even then the rules it played in. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying that you were right in the fact of the rules have changed over the middle. Because look at the I can't remember the defensive team that used to get $500,000 of dollars.
Saints.
The
Bounty
Saints,
Gate.
the
You talking about
Gate.
Bounty Gate? Yeah.
Literally, yeah, you can't do that anymore. So yeah, of course the numbers are going to go up because you don't have secret squirrel, stuff like that going on.
Morocco Mole, actually.
Shout out to Pterodactyl's pops, Earl Thomas.
Oh, y'all thinking of Earl Thomas?
Thomas.
Earl
That
Thomas was
the
There was
killing
another
people.
one.
He was
They
killing people.
had.
They had plenty. Of
Well, they had the Legion of Boom,
Hey,
dog. It was a lot
That's what
of
I'm
them.
saying.
Yes,
There was
the Legion
another.
of Boom.
It was a killer.
Hey,
Like
my favorite was
Thomas
Ryan Clark.
Chancellor. Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark was a part of the
murdered
Detroit
people.
Palomalu era, though.
Yes,
But like,
he was.
it's the quarterbacks now are taking advantage of the rules of like, you gotta let him land, you gotta turn his head. You know how many receivers didn't used to turn their head? You know how many receivers didn't get a chance to turn their head before they died?
Ooh.
Les Briggs
Killed.
murdered Megatron.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite
Maybe Moss
things.
didn't want to come across the middle.
Bro, like, you know what I
He
mean?
didn't come across the middle.
Hey, bro.
Hey, out route.
Hey, no, what was it? It was. I think they was playing the Ravens and they called a play for him. He was like,
Nope.
"I'm gonna run straight. I'm gonna run straight," and scored a touchdown on it. Scored a touchdown. It was a 1-on-1. He was like, "Just throw it up there. I'll get to it. Don't worry about it." But it was just like they tried to send him over the middle of the Ray. He was like, "Absolutely." Like Ray was like, it's a different
Or Sterling
world.
Sharp.
And here's the thing, or Sterling Sharp. Here's the thing. It was disrespect to them mugs if you tried it.
Yep.
It was disrespectful for you to try and run across the middle on Ray Lewis, and Ray was going to take that out on the receiver. He was going to take out how mad he was at the OC for sending somebody his way on the receiver.
Let's talk about
Tom Waddle used to die.
let's talk about something.
Waddle.
Let's talk about something
And
that's
he waddled
disrespectful.
away.
Would you call it just a fix being in if Patrick Mahomes wins MVP?
Pat Mahomes?
He's
they
not
not
even
in the
playing
conversation.
that.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
he's not
not
even
Hey,
even-
in
best team. Hey, listen, if they go, they may have the best record in football.
That's called a team.
Yeah, no, but he not even in the conversation. Their offense not good enough. Their offense ain't showing.
You could also say that he
Now he may win the Super Bowl, and I do
Hey,
believe
you
he
could
will win
also
the Super
say
Bowl.
he has so many injuries at receiver that I mean, like, he's
Yeah,
playing
but
with backups of backups.
You get what you
Hollywood's
you
coming
get what
back.
you get.
Yeah.
You ain't got
I
the
mean,
numbers.
Hollywood may come back.
You ain't got the numbers.
No, I think he was active.
He practiced.
So it's like he ain't got who he got Worthy.
Yeah,
And Kelsey?
He got D-Hop.
Yeah,
He got D-Hop.
He got D-Hop.
He got
now.
D-Hop
he got
halfway
some
through the
dogs out
season
there.
over.
Let's keep this thing moving along, man. We talked about this way longer than I expected to, but I love it, man. Great conversation. And it gave Joel some time to make some graphics there. Hey, you good? You good? You all right?
You over there watching?
Yeah, I'm watching. I was trying to let him finish it out. He over here typing away.
Man, my library, I had to redo some stuff, so whatever.
I want to have this conversation just because it is Chicago news, and this is the Windy City Breeze. And Sammy Sosa put out a statement today, and the Cubs also put out a statement today. And I don't want to talk too long on this because baseball. You know what I mean?
You better.
But I think that it is worth talking about because the way that people are talking
Wow,
about
Joe doesn't
this
have
whole
a Cubs
Sammy
logo.
Sosa thing.
What?
Joe doesn't have a Cubs logo.
We don't talk Cubs here.
We don't
talk
We
Cubs.
never talk.
The way that
Even though this is
the way that we've talked about this whole Sammy Sosa thing is Sammy Sosa basically came out today and he apologized. He said, "I did what I had to do." He didn't admit to using steroids. He said, "I did what I had to do to get back on the field quicker."
Totally used steroids.
There were
Bring it
times I
back.
did what
100% use steroids. None of us are worried about it. We all believe he used them. Frank, my favorite thing is when Frank Thomas said, they said, "When did you know players were using steroids?" He said, "When Sammy doubled me." He said, "I know Sammy ain't a better hitter than me." Sammy was on the White Sox. He was a hits and steals guy. He was a leadoff guy. He's a phenomenal player. Would have been in the Hall of Fame regardless. Him and Barry Bonds.
He was a slimmer player at that time.
But you get to hear from Tom Ricketts today, and he released this statement. He said, "We appreciate Sammy releasing his statement and reaching out. No one played harder or wanted to win more. Nobody's perfect, but we never doubted his passion for the game and the Cubs. It's an understatement to say that Sammy Sosa is a fan favorite. We plan on inviting him to the 2025 Cubs convention. While it is short notice, we hope that he can attend. We are ready to move forward together." Basically, because Sammy Sosa finally bent over backwards for the Cubs are willing to welcome him back.
But
Here's
did he
my
really?
problem. Here's my problem, right? Here's my problem with this whole thing.
That's right.
He didn't say
Who
anything.
gives a rat's you know what?
Hey, you watch your mouth.
What are Cubs fans gaining from this?
Nothing.
I mean, he is one of the better faces of our team.
Was he
He don't
ever
even look
was
the
he
same.
ever not a face of the Cubs? Was there ever a moment where you talked? It's a very different face now. It's a very different face. Was there ever a moment where you talked about the Cubs?
That man don't even look the same,
There's a whole different
dog.
guy. Was there ever a moment where you talked about the Cubs where you don't think about Sammy Sosa?
There's never
Or
a
where
moment.
Sammy Sosa don't come up?
There's never a moment.
Well, yeah, no, he's the new Mr. Cup.
I don't know about
I
that. That was
wouldn't- I
nuts.
definitely wouldn't.
He
that-
see,
that
he be
wouldn't
disrespecting the mess out of Ernie
Nah,
Banks, bro.
He just don't like
I ain't
Ernie
gonna
Banks,
lie.
bro.
Joe's
I'm not
not
even a Cubs fan.
Joe's not a baseball guy.
Bro,
Joe's not a
legitimately.
baseball guy.
When we talked about doing the Breeze Hall of Fame, which we never did, when we talked about doing the Breeze Hall of Fame, I had to convince this man to put Ernie Banks in.
That's crazy.
He was
Joe's
like,
not
Ernie,
a
he was like, why
baseball
would anybody
fan.
care about Ernie Banks? I was like, only the biggest Cub.
I didn't necessarily say
Ever,
that, but I was just saying.
You know what I mean?
We were putting in more current relevant.
He's
players.
relevant, period, to the history of the team.
Here's
How do you
my
call yourself Mr. Cub and you're not relevant?
All I'm saying was when I was creating the graphic
You-
and putting
you-
the thing together of the
What?
discussion, this wasn't about beating up and going after Ernie Banks.
all right. We're not gonna let you disrespect.
It was full
We're not gonna
disrespect
listen.
of Ernie Banks.
Here's my problem with this whole thing.
Jesus.
Here's one of his
What are you
statements.
talking
Here's one of
about?
his quotes.
You didn't even like the Cubs.
There were times I did whatever I could to recover from
Give me that
injuries
basketball
in an
today.
effort to keep my strength up to perform over 162 games.
Yep.
I never broke any laws.
Yep.
But in hindsight, I made mistakes and I apologize. He never said he took steroids.
No, he said I never
I broke any laws. Okay. All right.
That does not mean I did not break any rules.
Okay.
Good PR.
I give you
There is no law against sticking a horse HGH in your ass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so for me, here's my thing though. Here's my thing. Did anybody know Sammy didn't take steroids?
No, we all knew he took
I didn't.
We ignored
Okay.
it. We ignored it because it made the game look
Bring
fun.
him back.
Okay.
Bring
It made the
steroids
game look
back.
fun.
Steroids
Everybody was
back.
hitting 80 home runs, and him
Steroids.
and Mark McGuire were going against each other.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
didn't
I wanna-
care.
I'm glad
that
you
was
brought- I'm glad-
exciting.
The Cardinals made amends
Brandon.
with
Hey,
Mark
Brandon,
McGuire a
facts.
while
Shout
ago
out- Shout
too.
out Brandon Trivy said cork backs aren't illegal either. Fact. No law against beating somebody with a cork bat.
Hey,
Well, I mean beating them literally. I guess there's a law against that. But like hit the
Yeah,
baseball with a
like
cork.
winning.
You can go to jail.
There's no real law. Like to me, it's just I don't care.
the
And I
Cardinals
don't
made
think
amends,
Cubs
though.
fans should care. What are you
I
gonna
know.
are you going to get to like clap for Sammy Sosa? Yeah,
I mean, when they
cool.
bring him back, yeah.
Sure. Here's my question.
Hey, dog.
Here's my question. Was there ever a rule against Sammy Sosa buying a ticket and going to sit in front row of the baseball game?
No.
Well, they did ban him.
Well,
for a
if he
minute,
was
so they
banned,
probably
that's
couldn't
different.
get
He
in.
wasn't banned from buying tickets.
No, he's banned
He
from
was-
the stadium.
I'm pretty sure
He was
if
banned
they
from the
would've saw him
organization.
Walking in there, even though his
He was
color
banned,
changed, they
wasn't he?
would've-
Sammy Sosa
They
was
would've-
not banned. They said that they would not bring him back in with open arms. Sammy
so
could
why
have
would-
went to Cubs games.
Why would I do that?
I get it. Why would I be disrespectful?
No,
Why would I be disrespected and show up to a
Right.
stadium? Because I'm there for the fans. And this is my point.
But the
don't-
fans can't
that's-
see you
yeah,
because
you
they
don't
want.
care.
They wouldn't
So
put
he
you on
don't care about the
Jumbotron.
fans. So I don't care about this topic.
Well, he's
But they wouldn't put you on the
he's not
Jumbotron.
American.
I don't care. I don't care. The baseball more of a Dominican sport than anything. America's pastime is in the
We
past.
know
How
why
many
you don't
ain't
care.
watching this?
How
month?
many Dominicans you see when we went to the Cubs stadium?
Dominicans be all up in the Cubs stadium?
We ain't see it when we was sitting.
we were drinking.
Greatest athlete alive, they said. Runs a 6.4.
Respect on this
And
topic,
that's the
all right?
thing. He wasn't banned, but he wasn't welcome. So guess what?
Yeah.
If I buy a ticket and I go sit in your front row, what you gonna do? You gonna kick me out?
I'm gonna be
Yes,
honest with
Probably would be like
Yes.
Can we stop?
Please
We
do.
tried the Crimson
Please
steroids.
do. And I'm gonna be like that.
Brackets.
I'm gonna be like that Asian doctor that they kicked off of that plane. If you try and kick me out the stadium, you I hit 700 home runs in this thing. Like I'm a act a fool. Like I don't. I just here's the thing. This is a non-story story.
It is. I'm
I
be honest with
don't care that he's mending bridges with a
Well, I
complete
do.
with a
That's because- that's
completely
because you're
different
young.
front office.
Hey,
listen,
for
you're
all
young.
you Cubs fans out
It
there,
don't have
we
nothing.
appreciate
It
I'll
has
tell you this:
We appreciate
nostalgic
it.
value means a lot to people of a certain age group.
Listen,
Oh.
I
Let me-
watched the 2003
No,
Cubs.
no. Your mindset is of a particular mindset. Nostalgia is when you get old and you start to sit on your porch with your whiskey and you go, man, I remember when Sammy Sosa did such and such. I wish they would bring him back. I would go to and pay extra to the game to go see Sammy Sosa throw out the first pitch. It means
He about to toss it.
See that? See, look at that tearing up stuff. Tearing up stuff.
No,
what
but
I can see in the set.
It's not because I'm not a Cubs fan.
No, I didn't say that about the Cubs fan.
I enjoy the and it's not because I'm too young. I watch Sammy.
Value of age, bro.
Fam.
Hey, everybody watched Sammy.
If it was about age, my favorite White Sox player wouldn't be Frank Thomas.
No, I'm talking about the nostalgic value of bringing back your certain stars that's defamed, so you can go see them throw out the first pitch. Throw out the first pitch.
Hold on, wait. Let's be for real.
Nice for that day.
This is a problem with baseball.
It means a lot for certain people.
This is a problem with baseball, period. Most of us, like we in our era, our peer group, most of the people we watch took steroids.
No.
Or were accused of steroids.
Well, not me.
That was more than late 90s.
In the era of baseball where we grew up.
No.
Well, that's what got me addicted.
So 90s
was it the steroid era?
Because Saquon have been doing it probably since the 80s. He just got crazy by the 90s.
It got crazy by the time we were coming up and watching baseball.
Yeah.
That's what we remember.
Jose was probably doing it on the way.
He was showing
MLB.
He was showing
like,
everybody.
Shoot me up.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is this. Put your little asterisk.
Jose, what you got going on over there, man?
Stop discrediting these players because everyone was doing it. Yeah. Everyone admits that everyone was doing it. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame for what he did. He didn't take steroids, but listen.
Pete Rose gambled on the game.
Hey, no, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
He gambled.
Mark McGwire shouldn't have had to wait as long as he did to make amends with his ball club. I think that happened 3 years ago.
Okay, I think what it is that there was a slight difference of like taking supplements and taking certain types.
Thank you, Crimson.
I grew up watching a coked out Cowboys.
It's about steroids.
The 80s is
speaking of LT. That was Michael Irvin. Bro,
Michael Irvin openly admits to taking coke.
Bro, he got caught in a hotel. He said he was never.
And what was the lineman that caught trying to actually be a drug dealer? Not the lineman, not the guy that we got.
I was gonna say
not the guy that came here.
Sam Hurd.
Sam Hurd. But the other guy got caught with a whole like kilos.
Yeah. No, so but here's my first off, two things. One, LT was ridiculous anyway. Can you imagine trying to stop LT off cocaine?
No, you need him on it.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hey, they made the movie Cocaine Bear for that.
Oh my God, bro.
That's what that was. That's crazy.
That's nuts, bro.
Jesus.
But for me, here's the conversation for this. Sammy didn't come back because he was disrespected. But the fans are loving Sammy for coming back. Sammy was not banned from Wrigley Field. Sammy was not banned from Chicago. Sammy ain't been back to Chicago.
It's respecting. You know that.
When?
It's the ego. It's ego, bro. It's ego.
Sammy ain't did not a
it's ego.
bar
It's
appearance
ego.
in Chicago.
That's not true. He has.
Where?
I don't know exact bar, but you can look it up.
Sammy Sosa.
When I Googled Sammy Sosa, he's done bar appearances in Chicago.
Since he been not playing?
Bro, it's an ego thing. It's an ego.
He looked white as snow.
No, he looks like
he did some bar appearances. He has.
He looked like Tyrone Koppel now.
He looked crazy.
He looked weird.
He looked crazy.
Rondell.
Oh, Nova said he did one recently this year.
Did he?
Yeah.
It's a white man speaking.
Well,
shout out to Nova.
Cut the malarkey.
I'm not saying it
in Chicago though.
In Chicago.
All right. Well, shout out to him. Well, cool.
I wouldn't mind.
He came back.
I don't mind him in the bridge.
He gonna be like Mark Gastineau at those trading
shows. Overall point.
Yeah. It's just to me, and it's not because I'm a Cubs fan or not a Cubs fan. It's not because I dislike the Cubs. For me, it's just like, that era of baseball was great, but you could have showed love to the fans. You could have pulled up the Wrigley Field. You could have bought a $400 ticket.
Dumb. So him doing local bar appearances is not showing love to the fans? You've been to Wrigley Field. We had a great time.
No. My thing is, why not go to Wrigley? Why not be among the fans? You're not there for the Ricketts.
Because he didn't feel welcome there.
I don't feel welcome.
Right.
I'm not worried.
So I'm gonna be in the area where people could accept me, but I'm not gonna go into this spot where someone can kick me out potentially and stuff like that. That's what happened to Charles Barkley.
Thanks, Black.
No, Oakley. That's Oakley. Hey, listen, he don't want the embarrassment. That's cool.
What did Oak do?
He fought.
What did Oak do?
I don't remember.
Oak bought a ticket. Oak bought a ticket.
He still got kicked out.
And he sat front row at the game, and they kicked him out. And what did everybody do? Are you an idiot? What kind of trash organization is this that you would kick one of the best centers we've ever had out of our organization?
Dog,
what kind of conversation are we having right now? Why would you ever remove Charles Oakley physically because you're a bad owner, because you're a bad organization, because you're a joke? The Knicks were the laughing stock of the NBA that whole season because they removed Oak from the field.
You
think they're going to go grab Sammy Sosa out the stands?
I respect what you're saying.
Yes.
But because because we can pinpoint an instance in when it has happened to a legend of his organization, just because Sammy didn't want to take that chance doesn't mean he wasn't there for the fans if he's doing local appearances.
I mean,
he's still there for the fans.
Is he charging for the local appearances?
I don't know if he did or didn't. I didn't go see him.
He's probably charging you to get the autograph.
Hey, listen, most of them
I
do.
assume he's probably charging you to. So is that for the fans?
Yeah. Because he didn't have to be there available.
I'm taxing you to pull up on me.
He didn't have to be there in the first
fans?
place.
Come on now.
He didn't have to be there in the first place. Hey, if MJ does an appearance, is he gonna charge you for the autograph?
MJ not doing an appearance. He's never doing an appearance.
Hey, D Rose does. If D Rose does an appearance, is he charging? If he does an appearance, is he charging you for the autograph?
Probably not charging. You picked the one player that's probably more than likely 110%.
I did pick the one guy that's not charged. Hey, listen, I picked the wrong guy on that one.
He will make you reserve tickets.
Right.
So I still have to pay for the tickets.
But here's the thing.
So the ticket includes the autograph.
No, you don't have to pay for
the ticket. Includes the autograph. I have to reserve a ticket.
I said you got to reserve a ticket. I don't mean you got to pay for a ticket.
If I reserve a ticket, I got to pay for it.
Not always. We've done events that you have to reserve tickets for that you don't have to pay for the ticket.
I get what you're outlining.
Well, my thing is D Rose is such a figure in Chicago, like Sammy is, that if you got to pull up in here, we do got to control it so that we ain't got 700 people shutting down State Street. But my big point in all of this is like we're trying to make this a story that he's mended the bridges with the Cubs, and it's like, what's that?
I think the Cubs have mended it with him.
He's gonna walk out there. He's gonna throw out a first pitch. People are gonna go, oh my God! He's gonna go, hey, let's play the baseball. You take me out to the ball game.
That's so racist.
Me out to the ball game.
That's so racist.
That is so disrespectful.
That's what he sounds like.
That's so
disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
First off, I said the same thing about Ozzy again.
Yeah. And it's so disrespectful.
Hey, Ozzy be out here playing the game like Ozzy come up on a post game show after every White Sox game. You see what you got to do? You got to get behind the ball. You got to play the ball very well.
So
you see, when you play the ball, you got to hit the baseball. It go out of bounds. Then you know you got to watch it. He go foul sometimes, but you got to catch that ball.
You know, we gonna make Mufongo.
Don't nobody get mad when Keenan Thompson do it.
Well, he's a comedian.
Me too. Right. It's funny. This man's laughing out here. Get out of here.
This man is crazy.
Get out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Man is
Mofongo. Mudono. Guasacaca con queso frito. That's my favorite one, I swear.
My favorite one, dog.
My favorite one, I swear, is when Emma said, so Big Papi, you got shot over the summer for messing with Dominican drug lord's wife, whoever the Dominican drug lord was.
By the way.
He said, yeah, they try to keep Big Bobby down, man. But, I get in the hospital in the Dominican, and then they helicopter me back to Boston. He's like, what was the biggest difference between the hospital and the Dominican and Boston? He's like, in the Dominican, man, they got Mofongo. They got Modono. But you know what they got in Boston, man? What? Medicine. That mess took me out, bro. He said medicine.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dog.
We gotta get to this last.
Let's finish this out, man. Let's finish this show out, man. Hit that like button.
Here's another topic.
We finish this one out quickly, man. We finish this one out quickly because this is another one that is a nothing story of that people are trying to make.
Just ain't the show then. We already an hour over.
Because I think we're not an hour over. We just over an hour. Because to me, an hour over is different than over an hour. We're not an hour over. We just over an hour.
Hey, Pat, the technical guy. That's what it is.
But no, the conversation on DJ Moore and his comments after in a recent locker room, probably today in the locker room. Where he basically said, they're talking about what do you have to play for the rest of the season? Oh my God, I mean, what are you gonna do now? And he goes,
1, 2, 3.
I'm already thinking about vacation, but clearly joking.
1, 2, 3.
Clearly joking, but people have wanted to turn this into the story of the day because he said he's thinking about vacation already. Realistically, he finishes it out by talking about we still got to go out there, we still got to play, we got to make plays, we got to do. Breaks down all this football stuff. Nobody heard none of that.
No,
they only heard he's thinking about vacation as he laughs after saying
I get so tired.
That's only
That's
because
the exciting part. That's what you want to see. You
that's
wanna
only
see some drama.
right.
When you heard that, was anybody in here? Because it sounds like 4 to 5 of us are defending it. Kid's sitting back a little bit. He's gonna. He's our resident petty of the day.
Oh, you want me to jump in?
Is anybody upset by the DJ Moore comment?
I'm not upset about the comments, but I mean, he hasn't had a great showing of leadership from I don't know what just happened to the camera. He hasn't had a great showing of leadership throughout the year. I mean, we've been critical of a couple of things, and some things he should have been in better control of. So, I mean, ultimately, I know he's joking. I don't care. He's not playing for anything anymore.
It's not that. It's
none
just,
of them.
You gotta,
None of that. They're just. Hey, listen. He out there. Hey, running and jumping.
And
That's what he's doing right now, dog. He's getting workouts, dog.
I think when you pair this with the Cole Kmet comments of, we can clearly see that nobody is, or that I have to focus on my stuff.
Yeah,
I can't focus on what other people are doing.
DJ Moore's focused on Cancun.
When you hear that though, to me, there are certain guys in this locker room, and I said this. I think Ryan Poles has the singles. I don't think he's made an album. I think he's got the hits. I don't think he's made an album.
That's a hit.
I like that.
He ain't listened to a single episode, neither of you. Y'all bastards. I've said this 4 times over the week. Nobody's watching The Breeze.
Joe, baby.
Yeah, hit the button. Hit the button. No, you can't hide behind the Bills. But no, I just, to me, like, DJ Moore is a good get for me. Caleb Williams is a good get. Roma Dunze is a good get. You got Jaquan Brisker, good get, right? Like there's these guys that to me are the singles, but when you talk about 3rd and 4th round picks, that's where you got to build the album out. And if you're Karana, you son of a
this man,
Tory Taylor. No, I'm putting him out there on Front Street.
Hey, look, dog, hey, Pat. He ain't gonna get touched behind me.
Yeah.
He was
real.
like, he did that Spice. It was like that Spice Adams, like,
Yeah, like he was so.
Yeah,
that was
bro,
a funny,
not gonna get
funny
touched
meme
by
I sent,
me.
huh?
Bro,
That was a good funny one.
but I'm not gonna lie. I
promise
remember
you,
being
dog.
excited we drafted because I was like, we need a lineman.
I wasn't
He was the
excited
only
at
one
all.
that. Well, the whole point was we needed some linemen.
When I saw BYU, what is it?
Yeah, it
BYU?
was BYU.
Yeah, I was like, oh, here
he
we
ain't
go.
playing nobody.
He's a Mormon.
Oh,
Is that
Jesus.
Mormon? I don't know what they are. They Christian or Mormon?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Jesus.
only
Exactly.
No,
Yale.
Yale. He
He went to Yale. He went to Yale.
He ain't
No,
play
we don't need
nobody.
you to be smart. We want you to use your head to
He ain't play nobody.
hit people.
He ain't play nobody.
But no, I
But he ain't
think,
gonna get touched behind me.
I think here's the big part about it to me in the long run. It means nothing.
What is this chat talking about?
I don't know.
I didn't
No,
see
the
so
point
much.
is that you got
Justin
the
Fields
point of this
talking
whole
here?
thing is
What
that
are
you
y'all
have a
talking
group of
about?
people that are jealous that these guys are NFL players making this money. So in their mind, you should be totally locked in or whatever. It's like you're beating up on these guys unnecessarily. Like the season's over. What do you want to do? They're not being professional. They're not
Well,
being
no,
this.
here's the thing. There is still you need to take pride in your work. But the thing
Yes.
is, if everybody's not taking pride,
No,
I can't get the group project done.
No,
That's how you
no,
get
no,
out.
no,
if-
actually, let me take a minute. I think it's more like this. You got him slamming the helmet. You got him not running the routes. You got him quitting on the team.
Quitting on
and
his QB.
and the perception is that he is not vested. And then you got this joking comment on top of that.
When did he quit
So-
on the team?
I'm just saying because he walked off the field before the play was over.
When he rolled his ankle?
You're throwing it at me. I'm explaining.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
explaining the mindset
Throwing it
of
at
why
him.
they're making it a big deal. It's
Pause.
because you have all of these things that they are now interconnecting to making this big picture. Similar to in Philly, you get when the wide receiver is not happy,
Brown.
then it's the quarterback, then it's a big ordeal when it's not. Separate incidents that they're now making a big incident because he put a joke on the back end.
They're piling on you.
That is all that is. Yeah, I don't agree with it because it is a joke. It is a sarcastic joke.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the sarcastic joke with perception of the player's behavior now turns the joke into reality.
If I could add to it,
I
I
will say
did
this, as
Wish.
J. Cole said, all good jokes contain truth.
Yeah.
He
truth
probably
that-
was literally
there's-
planning a vacation
They say truth in
Yeah.
comedy.
as he did it.
If I could say one thing, I do wish he took more of a Keenan Allen approach to how him and Caleb at least visibly look. Keenan Allen, after a bad play, they're communicating. What went wrong? What's
I've
it?
seen
You right?
Go to DJ.
We've seen DJ.
Not lately.
Not lately. I don't know how to answer
Here's
that. but
not
I've seen him
lately.
talk.
Here's the thing.
Like Keenan Allen, just like they're
No, but
on a
see- but
pace
see,
with it, and
here's-
he's
but-
trying to coach the young man up.
But see, here's
I
my
don't see
problem.
that as much with DJ. I'm not saying he don't do
Why
it.
don't
though.
you see it though?
They don't show it.
Exactly.
They don't show it.
You don't see it because somebody didn't do this.
So, but here's the thing.
Like
Here's my
that's
question.
what
though.
it- that's what no, Jesus, man.
But am I to make
That's
the
what it
assumption
comes-
that
that's
there's
what it
a
comes down to.
concerted effort not to show him
hold
doing
on a
that with
second.
Caleb?
Hey, that's my job. Stop stealing my job.
Is there a concerted effort not to show him doing that with Caleb? Because
we
they show it with Keenan.
Here's the thing.
They show it with other players.
We have seen him do that with Caleb. We have seen him and Caleb on the sideline
When?
talking. What are you talking about? When they had that missed route in what was it? Not Detroit. One of the 3 divisional games we just had. Wake up, JC.
On a consistent
is that what you were doing? The eyes were drifting. I got nervous.
On a consistent basis, you see Caleb and Keenan going through
We saw
and
it
working
last
things
week.
out.
We don't see that every single week. They don't show that on the camera every single week. We
Yeah,
can't
they
say
do.
that.
Yeah, they do.
We can't
You
say
even
every
pinpoint
single
when
week.
Keenan says, "Hey, that's on
we
me."
can't say that. Yes, 100%.
And you can pinpoint when he says
pinpointed
it.
where DJ is going. That's on me. We've seen these games, but the thing is,
When?
we're not. Bro, I just told you. We in the divisional games when DJ didn't run the out route to the right side of the end zone towards the back, and Caleb threw it to the back of the end zone. DJ goes, "My bad." And DJ has talked about in the press conferences. That's on me. I need to get on the same page with him. Like that's my thing. Like we're trying to make DJ into something when DJ has never been anything. Now all of a sudden, because he's got a price tag attached to him, he's the problem.
Oh, you know that.
He's the reason.
Once you
He's
get
the
the once you get the contract, it's a wrap.
And so for me, it's not a.
Expectations.
Hey, that's what happened to Zach Levine.
And for me, it's
Derrick Rose.
here's the thing. They have
That's Chicago.
struggled to get a connection with DJ Moore between him and Caleb, which I think to me is more concerning about my quarterback than anything, because I would think that at this point DJ Moore knows how to run routes and Keenan Allen knows how to run routes. That is one of the things I'm concerned with him. But we talk about every single week, there's these missed throws, there's something over the top, they're not on the same page. And we see DJ Moore every week go, "Hey, that's on me. Yeah, we got to get that together." I don't know why we're off base.
It's not a bad
We got
question.
another super chat.
That's not a bad question.
Papa, do that. Papa, do that down.
Here's my
Less
problem.
is more.
Here's my problem. Here's
In
my
some
problem with this
cases, less
question.
can be more.
Here's my problem with this question. Shout out Papa Do That though. I think this is a good question, but here's my problem with it. Do you think the Bears have too many weapons and should try to trade more for some draft capital? DJ seems frustrated.
Have
playing
too
with
many of the
Caleb.
wrong
It
weapons.
might spill over into next year. Here's my 2 points in this. Bears season to see. You frustrated?
Yeah.
You frustrated?
Yes,
You frustrated? You frustrated?
Yeah.
You play for the Bears?
No.
So why should DJ Moore not be frustrated?
No, he should be.
Why should DJ Moore not be upset that they're not on the same page?
As
Why
long-
should
as
he
long as-
not? Why should he not
Well,
feel that? Hey,
As long as it doesn't spill off into his play, he can be frustrated all he wants to, and I'm fine with it.
I mean,
I
listen,
mean, he cares.
I will say this
Moore,
though.
758 yards this season, 5 touchdowns, and we can clearly say that our quarterback has missed him on at least 4 deep shots.
I will say this though.
So,
For
argument's sake,
is
though.
DJ Moore.
For argument's sake, out of all the receivers, he does seem the most frustrated, and that is something that was of concern and even a topic on this show. So it's like it's not without merit to ask the question.
Was Kobe frustrated when the Lakers was jumping up and down for joy when they had won like 14 games?
Yes.
Yeah. Was he visibly frustrated?
Yes.
Could you point the camera at him on the bench and go, "Oh, Kobe's pissed"?
Kobe was also at the end of his career, wasn't leaving. Kobe at the one point in 2004, 2005 had a very similar instance and asked to be traded.
Was he frustrated then?
So much so he asked to be traded.
Exactly. That's my point. These guys have a right to get. No, my point is they have a right to get frustrated. You could visibly point a camera at Kobe in 04-05 when he was possibly going to come to the Bulls. I think he used it for leverage, but he said he was looking foul.
They didn't want to go.
When you could point a camera at him in 04-05 and people would go, Kobe
Where's
just not
05,
showing the
06?
body language that we want to see out of a superstar on this team. That's what all the talking heads would do. Like, and so for me, it's okay for you to be frustrated. To the conversation of too many weapons, how many weapons Detroit got?
Oh, so many.
A lot. How many weapons San Francisco got when they helped?
So many.
How many weapons the Rams got?
So many.
They got Cam Laporta. They got weapons, bro, in the receiving.
And that's just receiving. That's not running back.
They got 3
who
good
also
receivers.
catch the football out of the
Matter
back.
of fact, the
3 good
49ers
That's not
receivers
tight
and
end.
2 backs.
That's like
Would
right.
you say that their second string that WR2 is on the same level as ours?
Yes.
James on.
James or
Williams.
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams.
is better than Keenan.
Burner,
Yeah,
bro.
he's a dog.
He
I'm not saying
burner.
he's not a dog.
No, but my thing is, there's weapons everywhere, and they all get targets from Jared Goff.
yeah, I'm not saying.
I give you
when,
one better.
When Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl,
I give you one better.
I
The
think
greatest show on turf. How many weapons did they have?
weapons everywhere.
They
had a ton of weapons.
It was 6 weapons.
And you know,
six
and
weapons.
here's where the conversation to me, I think, is disingenuous when you
Nah,
talk
it's
about
not.
too many weapons.
Wrong Reynolds.
Caleb Williams is spreading the football around to all of those weapons.
Mhm.
We said numbers would be less. Now, I think that there are games that we lost that we should have won, and there's moments where you think you should get a receiver involved that you didn't get involved. But Caleb Williams is, when you look at the targets list, 8 targets Keenan Allen, 9 targets DJ Moore, 6. Now, Cole Kmet has fallen out of that at times. I don't know if that's more on Caleb or if that's more on the scheme. But Caleb Williams spreads the football around. That means there's less opportunities for you to go out there and have a 150-yard day.
I mean, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you still had a season where you lost your offensive coordinator. The head coach is fired. Like it is a disrupted, broken team. Nothing is in place. So everything is frustrated. It's frustration all the way around.
Yeah.
So the key is ready is ready this whole ship. Get the system in place, get the right scheme in place, and hopefully somebody's smart enough to understand that they can use their talent. Like I guess they use a lot of screens for DJ Moore. So how do you get DJ Moore more yardage and have him get more yak? Better blocking, better offensive lines that can actually pull. The line is so bad that it's affecting everybody. The play calling has been atrocious to a degree.
And listen,
and then you still got a rookie quarterback who's making at times rookie mistakes.
and that's the big part of it. And to me, to kind of finish this thing off, like I don't care about the DJ Moore comments. I do care about the production on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the DJ production is taking a hit because Caleb Williams can't hit deep shots. There's a lot of yards missed. There's a lot of times DJ wins his guy, beats his guy. There's a lot of time Keenan beats his guy. There's a lot of times Rome beats his guy, and Caleb missed. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, Romy.
Over these next 3 games, I want to see Caleb not miss.
That's what I want to see.
Over these next 3 games, I want to see Caleb hit his guys.
Yep.
Would love to see that. Don't know if we will.
1, 2, 3, break.
1, 2, 3, Cancun. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As always, man, for the super producer, Joel Holt, Petty's man, Alignment's P. Kid, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, and of course, Mr. Drew Better, you knew better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat, the designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Red Dot, one love. What do you expect this weekend, JC?
What's up yours?
Utter destruction.
Nope. I'm going to the games. They're going to win.
Pure and utter distraction.